Our story starts off with a young graduate by the name of Betty Aldridge. She graduated from the University of Bridechester with honors in psychology, and after graduating, she found a listing of an apartment somewhere in San Myshuno. And little did she know, that apartment belongs to none other than Damian Humphreys, the guy she's had a crush on since she was a little kid. Life in the city was seemingly perfect as they moved in together, her closest friends being Candy and Emma. They were practically inseparable. Whether it was at a bar or a nightclub, it was always a party as a group together. Damien and Betty's relationship did blossom, or at least that's what she thought was happening. She really did fall back in love with him all over again, and she made sure her girlfriends knew. They were there to help her and hold her up, give her all the support she needed to basically take the step forward. And after Betty got a promotion at work, she was planning on making it happen until Damien announced his relationship with Candy, and that completely broke her. That was one of her best friends that betrayed her. And to even add more salt to the wound, Candy was pregnant, and Damien, that's all he's ever wanted. He wanted to be a father. This broke her, but she wanted to be there for him as his best friend, and that she was. Betty even helped deliver Candy's twins, which Damien was so thankful for, but it definitely did hurt her a lot. Candy and Damien did not work out after the birth of the twins, and that was when Damien now had to navigate life as a single father. Thankfully, with the help of his best friend Betty, things were looking up as she was willing to be there for him, and he kind of saw her in a different light. He fell in love with her, they became official, and things were looking good as they moved out of their tiny apartment into a home in Tartosa somewhere. After a while of dating, Damien decided to pop the question, in which Betty said yes. Later, they found out that they were expecting, and Betty could not be more than happy. She reconciled her relationship with Candy, learns that Candy is also pregnant. This was when Betty gave birth to her first and only child, Claire Humphreys. Together, they live in a nicely beautiful home together in Tartosa. And Damien, along with Candy, learned to co-parent together, going on vacations, inviting the whole family, and Damien, he could not be more than proud to be a wonderful and loving father. Time has passed and we're moving on to generation number 2, with our leads being the twins, Sarah and Eric, now becoming teenagers. Their story is starting to build up here as Eric finds and falls in love with a girl by the name of Rose Greenberg. They meet. Everyone's in a great place. Claire is now a toddler. Sarah is taking piano lessons. She's just working up all of the arts. And then this was when Rose and Eric find out they're expecting. This brings on a whole nother dynamic as they invite over the Greenbergs, and they are not happy. Rose ends up getting disowned by her family. When she eventually delivered baby David, her family just hated on her even more, and this meant that baby David never got to know his other side of the family. After high school, Eric's family gave him a small little apartment to live in, and this is when Rose decided to invite over her parents, the Greenbergs. She just wanted to reconcile their relationship. Eric, however, was not a big fan of the Greenbergs as what they did to his girlfriend when she was giving birth to their child. So he gets into a fist fight with the father, Jackson. Eric warns them to never step foot near her ever again, because the one thing you're not going to do is disrespect his girl. Sarah took a different path. After high school, she applied for college as she was very skilled on the piano and performing arts. She wanted to basically have a career in the music department, composing, and she went on a couple dates while she was in college, eventually met a lovely gentleman by the name of Ivan. Their relationship blossomed into something beautiful and amazing, and a long-term relationship, and that's exactly what she wanted as she was going through college. Little Claire grew up, and now she's a teenager, excelling in high school, top of her class, even a cheerleader as well, and she just grew up beautiful just like her mother. The family was in bliss and living happily amongst each other. Then the unfortunate happened. A meteorite came one night and hit Betty, unfortunately taking her life. This left Damien a widower, old and alone, his wife taken too soon, and now he wanders the halls that they once shared, looking for the ghost of her. Time has passed and Sarah has graduated college. She is ready to take on the world, and who is there beside her as she graduates? Her father. Eric and his baby mama decided now is a good time to get married, so Eric pops the question. She says yes, and they have a small, quiet wedding at the courthouse, sealing their love for each other. Ivan and Sarah eventually gets engaged, and their wedding was like a fairy tale. They looked like they came out of a book, of a movie. It was a beautiful medium-sized wedding, and after they got married, Sarah talked to her father and said it's time we move in together. A new addition to the family, Eric and Rose adopted a baby named Tulip. Damien's life came to an end. It was time he met Betty in the afterlife, and his kids and grandchildren were devastated, but they knew that him and Betty were now reunited in heaven. Claire graduated high school, and her dreams and ambitions are high as she wants to be a well-known actress. She meets a boy by the name of Chris Landgrab, and of course they fall madly in love with each other. Sarah and Ivan were expecting a child together, their first, and they were extremely excited. But unfortunately, Sarah had a miscarriage, and this was a horrible time for the newlyweds. This, however, did not stop Sarah from conceiving another child, and this time they were extremely careful, making sure to go to every doctor visit, and Ivan was right there with her the entire time, helping her through everything. And eventually she did give birth to a healthy baby boy. In a surprising turn of events, Chris asked Claire to marry him. And you are now caught up with the Humphrey legacies, up to date with everyone and their lives and the whole tea. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I haven't done these kinds of videos in so long, and I miss it. I love telling a story through pictures of what happened, and I did stream the first 2 episodes of this a long time ago, and I haven't been streaming for a while, but I want to get back into it. So if you want to catch this live, go watch my lives, okay, next week. I want to thank all of my members, especially the super subs, the boosted subs, and of course my moderators. Thank you so much for your continued love and support. I will see you guys in another video. Don't forget to slap that like button. Bye bye.